Americans are worried about the economy. Many of them wonder if our corporate and elected leaders have the answers to our problems. In these tough times, some bosses are taking radical steps to discover how to improve their companies. Each week, we follow the head of a major organization as they work undercover alongside their own staff. Tonight, for the first time, we go undercover with an elected official, the mayor of Cincinnati.
Rick Wilson, good to meet you.
The mayor will trade in his key to the city and fine dining for a wrench and roadkill.
There's just no way of describing having to pick up a flat cat.
By working on the front lines of public service, he'll get an inside look at his own city.
If you was working on a 3-year-old car or a 13-year-old car, which one is going to cost you more?
Oh, that 13-year-old car.
Go tell city council that, will you?
And he'll discover the unsung heroes that make his city run.
I felt like for the first time I could talk to somebody who lives in my city and just get the real deal.
But how will Cincinnati react when they find out he's the mayor in disguise?
As the mayor of the city of Cincinnati, I've had the opportunity to go undercover.
Find out more on Undercover Boss. Cincinnati, Ohio. Known around the world as the home of the Bengals, the Reds, some of the world's best chili, and even as the setting of a classic TV sitcom, the Cincinnati region is home to 2.1 million people. And when it comes to leadership, they all look to one man.
I'm Mark Mallory. I'm mayor of Cincinnati, Ohio. You know, the official job of the mayor is defined in the Cincinnati Charter. It says the mayor is the official representative of the city and that the mayor plays a role in the budget process. Beyond that, it doesn't really define the structure of the job of being mayor. That's really up to whoever the person is that sits in this seat. So the job of mayor, as I see it, is to make sure that the city is running efficiently as possible, that we are creating jobs, keeping the citizens safe, and creating a great environment for our citizens to live in. All right, you guys ready to eat?
Yes. Yeah,
I'm hungry.
We're ready.
Good, good. Good. I don't see any hot sauce on the table, though. I don't know if I can eat this without hot sauce.
Oh,
You cannot be a Mallory and not be in politics. I have 4 brothers and 1 sister. Between my dad, my brothers, and me, we've been in more than 30 elections. My father served in the state legislature for 28 years. He sort of started this whole thing.
I saw a lot of things coming up. I saw people being evicted from their homes, and I wanted to be in politics to try to change those things.
I am clear on the fact that I'll never be as great as my dad. The impact that my father has had on the city of Cincinnati and on the state of Ohio is great. What I want to be able to do is to make my father and my mother proud of the work that I'm doing. My parents both impressed upon me and my siblings the concept that you have to give something back. I worked at the Public Library of Cincinnati 14 years. I served in the House of Representatives for 2 years. And then I served 2 terms in the Ohio Senate. Then I decided to run for mayor of this great city.
I'm Mark Mallory, and I'm asking for your vote on November 8th.
And I am the first directly elected African-American mayor of the city of Cincinnati. I just wanted to tell you, I asked you all to be here today. I have decided to go undercover on the show Undercover Boss.
Really? Are you serious?
Undercover.
I love that show.
So what are you going to do, grow a beard? How's this going to happen? Dreads.
Dreads? It's funny that you say dreads.
Let
because
it grow out. Oh, my goodness.
What do you think?
Someone, I don't know who.
I think I have a very recognizable face. Everywhere that television signals go, people tend to know who I am. On any given day, you will see me doing press conferences, going to ribbon cuttings, going to groundbreakings. I'll be at receptions, at luncheons, at dinners. So it's going to be really challenging to keep people from knowing who I am.
I tell you who he reminds me of. Spike Lee.
Spike Lee?
Yeah,
You look like Spike Lee?
Around, yes.
Now, you know you got to change the way you speak. And you just turn it down on the proper English.
Well,
Just, you know, just...
Yeah, man. Well, I'm not going to have the luxury of going away in order to do Undercover Boss. I still have to be the mayor while I'm doing these jobs. So this is going to be quite a balancing act. Obviously, I'm still going to have my cell phone. I'm going to be able to use that. There are certain things I won't be able to talk about in front of other people.
Emergency, of course. I'll have for you reports from the city manager, head of security, everything that you need to know.
My staff is always going to know where I am, and if something arises, they're going to come to me, and we're going to deal with it right then. I think going undercover is the only way to find out what's really going on in city service. We are going to be having a quarterly review of our budget. There's been major pressure to lay off employees. For me, this is an issue of being equipped to make greater arguments. I will be able to tell the council members how those cuts would affect services, how those cuts would affect people. While undercover, I'm going to be going by the name of Rick Wilson. My coworkers are going to be told that this is a competition where two candidates will compete for the same job. One of the things I'm known for as mayor is that I'm skinny. I've been skinny all my life, so I'm wearing a fat suit. I hope it will work. All right. Well, right now I'm wondering, what am I getting myself into? Okay. If I'm able to get through this entire process without being recognized, it'll be a miracle. Today, I'm at the sanitation division of our public services department. There are 2,800 lane miles in the city of Cincinnati. That's the distance between New York City and Los Angeles. This is the group that's responsible for picking up garbage, for clearing snow off the streets. How you doing? You Danny?
I'm Danny Jackson.
Danny? Rick Wilson.
Neighborhood operation, bro, with the city of Cincinnati.
All right, all right. During our last budget process, there was a lot of conversation about the sanitation division, and I want to make sure that they're top-notch. If they don't do their jobs right, there will be accidents, there'll be traffic tie-ups, there will be problems throughout our city.
How this works is most of the time, I'm getting the dead animals.
Okay.
Whatever in the road dead, that's what I do.
So you just do dead animals?
Dead
or nothing
animals.
else? That's it?
Dead animals.
Okay. I was thinking, great assignment, dead animals, right before lunch.
Sometimes I get 2 or 3 deers a day, raccoons, a lot of possums, squirrels.
Wow. I really didn't want to give Danny any sense that I was the mayor. I changed my voice, I changed my posture. Ricky sort of, he sort of talks like this. He's sort of laid back, he's sort of not so much in your face.
I'm gonna go to 540 Blair. It's a dog at the curb.
Oh, right up in there?
It's gonna be tough to get out of there.
Oh, boy.
That thing's heavy.
There you go, Rick.
All right. Just slide him on.
Slide him on here.
People probably don't even think about how that stuff gets removed. Actually, neither do I.
So how was that, grabbing that dog?
No, it was heavy, man.
Yeah, that's
That
dead
dog was
weight.
heavy, it's dead weight, that's right.
Do me a favor, Rick. Write this down.
Kimmel Road between Bank and Central Avenue, there's a cat in the middle of the street.
Cat?
Yeah, it's a cat.
That's my neighborhood. I live just 2 blocks from there.
Is West gonna be that way or that way?
It's gonna be this way. Do you have GPS in here?
No.
Okay.
I see him right in the middle of the street.
Oh, right there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's flat. When they're
Just
flat
grab-
like that, you got a scraper or
Just
something?
grab him right up.
Just grab him up, huh? Man, guts and everything. Squish kitty. They look terrible. It was a flattened cat. I love cats, and this was a flat cat.
There you go.
All right, 2 down. There's just no way of describing having to pick up a flat cat. What's the biggest thing you ever picked up?
A deer. That deer took this whole truck. I couldn't even put the tailgate on.
Man.
That's the biggest deer to this day I've ever seen.
Man.
He was
So you
huge.
got like a winch, that's what it's called. You got to tell them to get you a winch,
Winch.
man.
Yeah, a winch.
Yeah.
No, I don't have that. I don't have that. Yeah, go ahead. This 8-2.
3800 River Road, have a raccoon bag on the curb.
Yeah, that's it right there.
How you know?
Saw the tail sticking out of the bag.
Oh, wow. Well, make sure he ain't breathing that way you just grab him.
Just kicking?
Yeah. Make sure he's stiff.
He's a stiff one.
You hungry?
I gotta wash my hands, man. I can't eat nothing after picking up dead animals and stuff.
You had your gloves on?
I can't do it.
You don't want no turkey sandwich?
Well, I absolutely had to wash my hands. I mean, you can't go around picking up dead animals all day and eat without washing your hands. It's the normal thing to do, even if you're not picking up dead animals.
Oh, man. I was getting hungry there for a while, man. I could eat a raccoon.
Mm-hmm. I have gloves on. My hands were clean before I put them in the gloves, so it's just part of the job.
And then how many people go out and do this?
Just me.
Like, it's just you? So
It's
you
just
do,
me.
you do
I
the
do this
whole
for
city?
the whole city. I do the whole city.
Wow.
Got a couple dead squirrels at the corner of 4th and Pike.
So what part of town you grew up in?
I grew up downtown, but till I was like 16, 17.
Danny and I actually grew up in the same neighborhood. I couldn't tell him that. He's a few years older than me. But we share some of the same types of experiences.
Yeah, I got a son work for the city.
Oh, yeah? What does he do?
Sometimes he goes out on the garbage route.
You just got the one son?
No, I have 8 kids.
8?
Yeah.
Damn, bruh.
Well, I felt like for the first time in I don't know how long, I could talk to somebody who lives in my city and just get the real deal. I'm thinking I might do this like, you know, once a month or something. You know, Ricky might just show up on a job site and see what's happening.
Oh, no.
It's nasty stuff, man.
The possum in the middle of Broadway at Court.
But I've been doing this job since I've been working here, which is like 9 years. I mean, it's not a hard job. It's,
right.
You know, the pay is not that bad. My wife wants to go to New York. She's never been. I really can't afford it. In the beginning, I couldn't. I really can't now.
There are a lot of people that do a lot of jobs around the city that most people just would not do. It's a job that's got to be done. If nobody did it, you know, our experience in a city the size of Cincinnati would be very different.
What do you think? Can I sell you on trading jobs with me?
Oh, I don't know about that.
You can do it.
Coming up, the mayor goes undercover after school.
Please don't make me raise my voice. I really don't want to raise my voice today.
And later, Rick gets an earful.
The public's lives are in our hands, and we get no respect.
Mark Mallory, mayor of Cincinnati, is undercover in his own city. His co-workers think they're on a reality show where two people are competing for the same job in city service. His journey continues.
Today, I'm going to be working with the director of the McKee Recreation Center here in Northside. We have 24 recreation centers across our city. They see about 1.1 million visits each year.
This rec center also offers a program for kids from the neighborhood who need a place to go after school while their parents are still at work.
Hi, I'm looking for Karen.
Yeah, she's here.
When you've got a $60 million deficit like we had last year, you've got to make decisions about what's going to go away. And in that last budget, we cut out 2 recreation centers.
Hi.
Hi.
You here for the job?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take you so you can hang your coat up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, everybody listen up. Let me just tell y'all right now, I don't want to see any telephones. If I see a telephone, it's mine. Does everybody understand that? You want me to have this? Then I don't want to see it. Okay. It has no business here.
My mother is a pretty tough disciplinarian, so it kind of reminded me of being a kid when I heard that first yelp.
This is Mr. Wilson, and he's going to be working with us today. All right? I want you to give him the same respect that you give to me. Does everybody understand that? Yes, ma'am. We're going to go down and do volleyball first, and then we'll have cooking class, okay? So I need you guys to line up at the door for me. Don't ask me 1,001 questions. Just wait and see. Is that everybody? Please don't make me raise my voice. I really don't want to raise my voice today. Watch where you're going, not where you've been. Maurice, stop it. So, listen. Put that ball down. If you shoot it, you will sit down. Well, I expect my older kids to help with the little kids and let your little people be up front. Don't hog the ball. Little people come up front. We're playing as a team. We're playing together. So you hit it once, hit it to somebody so somebody can help it over. Does everybody understand that? Yeah. All right.
I go to schools and I speak and I go places where kids are, but this is really the first time I've gotten to spend a lot of time dealing with kids in a long, long time.
Hit it over. Good hit. supposed to play.
Oh, I got to play
You got to play. The whole point of when I play with them is for them to play as a team, to play as a group. So that means you see the little ones don't get it. You know that she's not going to be able to get it over. You got to be there to help her. You got to have each other's back.
Now you got to back up your player. When one of your players hits the ball, you got to step this way to make sure that it gets over the net. Okay? Why don't we let her serve? Since she didn't get a turn, just hit
Get
it
it
right.
over, Kayla.
Nice serve. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Oh, nice recovery. Take it, relay.
Help him. Help him, help him, help him, help him. That's it. I'd rather lose than y'all playing as a team. Oh.
All right.
Good teamwork. Very good. Rick's trainable. As trainable as most men can be, you know. Yeah. I think he was a little bit apprehensive at first. I think he'd need more time to develop his own style. All right, now we got to go set up for cooking class.
All right.
Okay, wait a minute. I get somebody for y'all. Come back here. Today we're going to have a cooking class. We're making pigs in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket. We're going to put a triangle on each plate.
I see. Okay.
Okay?
So how long have you worked here?
I've been in recreation 18 years.
Wow.
I actually have a degree, and I practiced social work for the first, 15 years.
Why'd you get out of that?
Because I decided to have a child.
Oh.
She's 19. I just put her on the road to college. If you'll fill that full of water.
What are we doing with this pot of water?
Putting the hot dogs in it.
So how many different programs do you work on?
I kind of sponsor the basketball team. Now, I have another program that I do in the summertime. It's called a Job Readiness Program.
Okay.
It's a pilot program I'm trying to get funded. It's for kids that are going to be 12 and 13.
Okay.
I expose them to all kinds of different jobs. We did bricklaying, we did
really?
roofing last year. And the parents pay them $50 a week. And they have to open up a savings account. They have to save half the money. Okay, so I'm going to go down. Anyone that was playing volleyball with us,
right.
yeah, I want the 6 youngest.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. All right, let's see here. And it seemed like there were 4,000 kids in this room. I couldn't remember who was in the group. I didn't know who was the youngest.
Hold up! Everybody stop! Please stop bouncing the basketball.
Karen is a saint in my mind. It's kind of tough work.
I need 6. Only 6.
I couldn't do it. There's no way.
You all right, Miss Karen? Hey. You okay, Miss Karen? Y'all did that on purpose, but that's okay. They come across that I'm hard on them and everything, but they know I love them. What I do is I'm trying to help to give them some things that they may not get at home. Some of them just need a little love. Some of them need discipline, but they're really pretty good kids. Take a hot dog, put it on there, put your cheese in there, and roll it up. Boy, just pick it up.
And you want to grab yourself a hot dog there? Just place it right there on the end. What do you guys think of Miss Karen?
Yeah, she's nice.
She tough on you?
Yes, sir. When we don't listen and do what we're supposed to do, she gets on us about it.
For some kids, you have to be kind of tough to get through to them. You've got to have people that understand the particular kids that they're dealing with and what it takes to get them motivated. Karen is that person.
You've heard about the city layoffs, and they were going to cut the police and the firemen and all that. Well, with the budget cuts, I don't know how many people we're going to have to lay off. We closed down 2 centers. 2 centers are going to close, yeah.
It really did not feel good at all.
We put policy into place, but we don't always see the end result. A lot of times when people talk about taxpayers and citizens, they forget that children are citizens too.
The kinds of programs that go on every day are going to be missed. Those kids won't have access to people like Karen. So this is a real issue that we really need to be concerned about.
And what do you say?
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Excuse you. You need to spit that gum out too, sir.
Coming up, the mayor hears the truth,
You got city council who wants to cut our budget.
whether he wants to or not.
The public's lives are in our hands, and we get no respect.
And later, Rick gets recognized.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Hey,
Her face lit up like she knows me.
why do you look so familiar to me?
Mark Mallory, mayor of Cincinnati, is undercover in his own city. His journey continues.
The city owns and operates more than 3,000 vehicles. This maintenance facility takes care of all of those vehicles and all of that equipment. Hi, I'm Rick Wilson. I'm here to see Steve. One of the things that we had to do in this last budget was to delay the purchase of some new vehicles. That means the existing vehicles we have are going to have to run for a little bit longer. You Steve?
Yeah, Steve, how are you?
Rick Wilson.
Rick Wilson, good to meet you.
Yep.
I'm a mechanic for the city of Cincinnati.
Okay.
My big thing that I do for the city is the motorcycles.
Okay.
First thing we do when we do an oil change on a motorcycle is start it up.
Okay.
We're getting the oil flowing. One thing you want to remember at all times, this is somebody's life in your hands right here.
Right.
So obviously the first thing for an emergency vehicle is you want to make sure all the lights are operational. Okay. There's your horn, siren. All right, so that's that. Look, you ready to get dirty?
Let's get dirty.
You got to get down on your knees, man. Put your knees on these pads. Don't be afraid to.
Okay.
You're going to get dirty. You're going to get, yeah.
I used to work on cars years ago, back when I had to, when I didn't have any way of paying for it myself.
Slide the pad under it. It's not going to burn you though, but it might. Grab that out of there because it's going to get covered in oil. I don't know what he does for a living, but I'd say Rick doesn't work a lot with his hands. Just there you go. Whoop, there it went. Mechanic hands? No, he's got soft hands. Right here. See this one right here?
Right.
That's your transmission oil. Same thing.
So is it a favorite to work on the bikes?
Oh, absolutely.
Why is that?
It's a hobby of mine. This particular bike here, this is actually, it's a good friend of my younger brother's.
Oh, okay.
So I've known this guy personally for years. And it helps to know who the rider is, too.
Okay.
Some of my guys are worse on their rear brakes. Some of them are worse on the clutches.
Steve takes personal pride and some real ownership in his work. I mean, obviously, this is the kind of work that, you know, at the end of the day, your knuckles are all busted up, your hands are bleeding, and, you know, you might get a few burns and some scratches, and he's the kind of guy that just says, you know, it's all part of a day's work. That's the kind of commitment that I'm looking for from city employees.
So you like the way this place runs?
Yeah, I love it. As you can see the sarcasm there. Just put it on the bench. Mechanics are the bottom of the totem pole anywhere you go. You got city council who wants to cut our budget. If you was working on a 3-year-old car or a 13-year-old car, which one is going to cost you more to keep on the street?
Oh, that 13-year-old car for sure.
Well, you know, go tell city council that, will you? You know?
Well,
nobody realizes it, man, but fleet services is the backbone of the operation. It costs $12 million to run fleet services.
Okay.
So, you know, the high and mighties up at council, well, if we farm it out, we'll save $12 million. No, you're not. It's going to cost you money. We do a lot of things that the public doesn't see. You got your first responders, police and fire. When other departments are overwhelmed or short on manpower, they come to us. These guys in this garage, they plow the streets. We manned the pumps at Lunkin Field when the flood was coming. The big Queen City barrel fire, we had mechanics on duty fueling fire trucks. We're basically the second responders, and we get no respect.
So what would it take to fix some of that stuff, particularly on the communication? What would it take to fix that?
Come on down like you, Rick. Let me put you in a blue shirt. Let's see what I do. They ain't gonna do it. It's politics, man. You hit a good button there, man. That was a good one.
I see.
Steve really gave me an earful. He was just talking from the heart. I mean, he was really bringing it about how he feels, and it kind of knocked me back on my heels. A guy in his position really wants to be heard. He wants people to understand that he knows what he's talking about. And right now, I don't get the sense that he feels that way. That's something that has to change.
I have had a long day, and sometimes I just want to be by myself, but when you're the mayor, your job is never done. And right now, I have to attend a very important event.
Today we are doing the ribbon cutting on the new tallest building in our city. All right. These are some serious scissors, man. Look at this. We get to keep these, you think? I'm in downtown Cincinnati, and I'm going to be running around today with a parking enforcement officer, and we're going to be writing tickets to parking violators. We've got about 5,700 meters all throughout town. They're usually in business areas. And the point of having parking meters is to get people to turn over the spaces, so that way other people can get in, spend money in the retail establishments. That's what we want. Hello, hello.
Good morning.
I'm looking for Anita.
Right here. Good morning.
How you doing?
Hey.
Good to see you.
Same here. How you doing?
Right, great. And she looked at me and her face lit up like she knows me. Great, my name is Rick Wilson.
Rick, okay. Welcome to the meter shop.
Thank you. And she just went on, so I wasn't sure if she knew who I was or not.
So here's your equipment.
All right.
Okay, this will be your belt.
What is this? Is this some kind of stick? Can I hit people with this?
No.
Oh.
You have to be commissioned for that. We just got this to make you look good, but you really can't use this, okay?
Okay. And I go in and put all that equipment on. And I'm wondering, does she know me? Does she realize who I am?
Why do you look so familiar to me? You look like I'm married. You're not.
You know what? My wife says that. She says that, but I keep telling her I don't think I do, but she says that.
But you do. Okay, so we're gonna walk around here.
Since I threw out the wife thing, she seems to have gotten off of it pretty quickly, so I think I've convinced her.
We have one.
We got one.
All righty. So you stand clear. Stand over there because if they come and be nasty, want to back over you or whatever that.
Right, you want to be out of the way.
Yeah, that have happened before too.
Has it?
Oh yeah. Okay, you key it in here. It's a violation. Push E. Expired meter.
Okay.
Okay. This is a 4-door. You push 4. You scan down. You do the make, which is a Honda. And just slide it on here.
Okay.
And try to do it gently because, you know, they'll come out and say, hey, they broke my window, they cracked this. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
Anything to get out of a ticket.
Yep, that's definitely expired.
All righty. I'm going to let you do all of this. I'm not going to tell you anything.
All right.
No pressure, but try not to mess up.
Try not to mess up, huh? Okay, I think I have to help Paige on here already.
Oh, that don't sound good.
Okay. So 232.
Go down.
We put the.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
Oh, this don't sound good. If you don't know what you're doing, you could jam it up and freeze it. I really thought he broke the machine. I think your fingers might be too fat.
It's probably too big. Okay.
All right.
Well, here's another one.
Oh, yeah, we busy today.
We are busy today.
Did I mention it's important that you kind of speed it up? Okay.
I'm working on that.
After his 5th ticket, you think you want to kick it in and speed it up? He didn't.
And this person's got a sticker on their car that says, I love Cincinnati. I hope they still love Cincinnati. What do you
Well,
think?
yeah, but guess what? You just can't sit at a meter and expect not to pay it. Not yet. If somebody say, hey, here I come, don't touch nothing. Once you touch this next button, it's no going back.
You might let them go?
I will let him go.
You will let them go?
I will.
So if it were me, I would say they had to give me like a Kit Kat or Hershey,
No.
Hershey bar or Reese's Cup or something like that.
No. You can't do no Kit Kats. You can't do nothing new.
None of that.
You know, you try to make as many friends as you can to be polite.
Now, if this car were stolen, would this automatically tell me? Why not?
No, unless you say, I want to run a search. That's your choice. So you think you're going to like doing this job, though?
There's a lot of walking involved. It's kind of cold today.
Oh, yeah.
So you have family?
I have 2 boys and 2 girls. Right now, my oldest son, he's in a nursing home.
He's in a nursing home? Why?
Yeah, he has cerebral palsy. He's 28.
28.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All righty. I had him like 3 months too early, and his motor skills hadn't fully developed because he wasn't getting oxygen to his brain. I mean, I didn't know that. He's total care, though. He can't really do anything for himself. He's confined to that chair. We all getting old, so we can't really lift him, you know.
So how do you transport him?
That's why my son is in a nursing home, because they wouldn't help me. Now I finally got on Social Security, and I pleaded with them people. Can you build me a wheelchair ramp? They wouldn't do that. I told them, just keep the check. I just need help with him. Nobody should ever go through that, you know, leaving their child because they can't take care of him. He didn't understand that. I mean, it's just, a mother should never have to do that. And
when Arnita told me about her son, I figured I need to tell her who I am. I mean, it was a pretty emotional moment, so I figured I would let her know. So earlier you asked me why I look familiar to you.
yeah,
Why did you ask me that?
because you look like our mayor.
I am the mayor.
Oh, my God. Did you see my face when you walked in? I'm like,
I did see your face.
but cool. I
Yeah.
think this is neat.
Yeah, I wanted to let you know.
Thank you.
Because I figured you were sharing a lot of things with me, and, I didn't want you to be in a situation where, who am I talking to kind of thing, so.
Yeah. You ever hear the old saying, if it look like a duck, walk like a duck, it is a duck? Yeah. So The mayor's a duck. But the wig thing look good. You ever think about going dread like that?
Well, if I could grow hair completely, you know, but I can't do that at this point.
Yeah. But it looks good on you.
Arnita really impressed me because she's going through so many tough situations, and she continues to be in a good spirit. If she can give a person a break on giving them a ticket, she does that. She said if she can make somebody's day by smiling and being nice to them, that's something she wants to do. That just tells me she's a great person. Yeah, she just made it. She just made it. All right. Good job. I'm going to take her license plate down and write her up later, though.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay,
You ever do that?
No.
You know?
No.
Coming up, Mark's coworkers think they're coming to City Hall to cast their vote.
Do I feel that he can do my job? No.
But how will they react when he reveals the truth?
My undercover assignment is about to come to an end, so I'm ready to report to the city directors all the things I found.
Sean, if you guys can meet me at the hotel, I'm just a few minutes out. I'm probably 10 minutes out. I want to go over some things as soon as I get there. I'll see you in a few minutes. Hey, guys. Sir? I got a bunch of things I want to go over. Arnita is a parking enforcement officer. They've got a nice little handheld unit that they're able to put the license plate of the car in that they're giving the ticket to. I don't know whether or not that system is connected with the police department system to automatically tell us if a car is stolen.
Right.
If that linkage is not there, we need to make that linkage.
Absolutely.
It'd be a great opportunity for parking enforcement officers to be able to assist the police department in finding lost and stolen vehicles. Can you check that out for me?
I'll call the chief.
That'd be great. Next, Karen. Karen works for McKee Recreation Center. Karen's got a job readiness program where she's taking teenagers and putting them in situations where they're learning how to have a job. I've got a question as to whether or not that program is throughout the recreation centers or just at McKee. If it's only at McKee, I want some version of it to be spread across the entire city. Danny is a truck driver with sanitation. Danny is the only guy that goes out on a truck all day, every day to pick up dead animals. But one of the things I noticed that Danny needs is GPS. It'll save time, it'll save gas, and in the end, it'll make him more efficient. Sean, get in touch with Margot. Have her work with Drew, the head of public services.
Right.
Have them utilize technology to make Danny's job easier.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Great.
Sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
Do it.
The reason I ran for public office in the first place was to continue the work of my father.
Yeah, I need to talk to the chief of police, please.
Yeah, Sean Butler.
Hey, it's Ryan Edwards.
Please, it's Arlen.
The reason he got into politics was to help people, to bring a voice to those whose voices are not often heard.
That's great. Well, the mayor thinks that this is the type of program that every recreation center in the city of Cincinnati needs to have.
My dad has taught me over the years to make sure you stay connected with the people who are on the front lines, because they are the ones that have the real perspective on what's really happening. You can't go through an experience like I've gone through over the last week and not be changed in some way. So when it's time to have conversations about the budget, you know, some of these people's faces are going to pop into my mind. This was a good week for me and a good week for Cincinnati. Now it's time to let the people that I've been working with know exactly who I am.
I'm Steve. I'm here for my 4:30 appointment.
If you're asking me, do I feel that Rick can do my job? No, I don't think he can.
Well, right now I'm a little nervous. You know, it's a lot of big people in City Hall that has a lot of power, so when you're down here, you got to kind of walk on eggshells.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
You know who I am?
No, really, I don't.
Mayor Mark Mallard.
Okay.
Mayor of
All right.
City, Cincinnati.
Have we met before?
I met you at the luncheon for the summer work program.
We also met the other day.
Oh, you know what? I told her, I said, he looked awfully familiar to me, but
yeah, you had me.
It's kind of like Undercover Boss, huh?
Exactly like Undercover Boss.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool.
I've never seen this show.
Well, I would encourage you to watch it. Steve, I got to tell you, you gave me an earful.
Yeah, I know I did.
You kicked me around a little bit, you know. You busted my knuckles up, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, I really appreciate what you do for the city. I want you to hear that from me as the mayor. I'm going to talk to the city manager,
and see if there's a way that we can get some of these issues resolved. I know there's that annual car show that happens out there, but I want to have a showcase of equipment that really puts out to the general public the variety of things that you guys work on. I'm going to be there. I want to bring city council there so that they can meet you and they can meet the rest of your team. People need to know the importance of your work. I'm going to make sure that happens. Okay?
All right.
All right?
Not a problem.
You said you have a motorcycle yourself, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, you know, bikes are probably like cars and boats. You have one, but you want another one.
Absolutely.
You know, I've talked to some of the friends that I have in the corporate world, and they want to commit to giving you $10,000. You can use that to buy a bike if you can get it. You can travel, pay for whatever you want to pay for.
Okay. I'm not going to tell him no.
Fantastic.
Right. It's a wonderful day for Fleet Services. I can go back to work tomorrow and let the guys know that we're going to be heard from here forward.
Karen, I think you just do a fantastic job. You really have a command of those kids, but you have a compassion that really comes through as well.
Thank you.
Well, you talked about the summer job program that we have through the Recreation Department. You are preparing young people for the work environment. So what I'd like to do is have that job readiness program spread throughout more of our recreation centers, as many of them that we can get it to.
Wow, that's wonderful.
You work so hard for these kids, and I get the sense that you don't do a lot of things for yourself. So I've talked to a good friend of mine who wants to give you a $10,000 gift card that you can use anywhere.
Like even help pay my daughter's tuition?
Absolutely.
For real?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. This is, oh Lord, I can't believe this. I feel like I'm gonna cry. I now can pay my daughter's tuition, and that is wonderful. I'm just overjoyed. I'm just very blessed, and I don't know what else to say. I'm just overjoyed.
Danny, you have a great sense of humor about yourself.
Thank you.
And you're just very committed to what you do. You told me a lot of crazy stories. One that stuck out with me was when you told me about the big deer that you had to drag out of the woods.
I did.
So when we were in the truck, we sort of joked about getting a winch for your truck. But that's something I'm actually going to do. I'm going to make sure that every truck that you might go out on has a winch on it so that you don't have to go through that. The other thing I noticed, I really think you should have a GPS unit in your car. I think it would make it a lot easier for you. And the kind of system that I'm looking to get into place would allow the dispatcher to put the information into a computer, and it would automatically send it to your GPS unit. So you don't have to be out in the field trying to put in an address.
Right, right. Well, I appreciate that.
That's not a problem.
I appreciate that, for real.
I've been telling people about you. I've been telling people about the way you approach things, and they want to do something special for you. So I've gotten one of them to pay for a trip for you and your wife to go to New York for a week.
Really?
All expenses paid.
Oh, cut it out.
Yes.
For real?
Yes. And on top of that, you know, New York is the kind of place that costs a little bit of money. So we're going to give you $3,000 spending money.
Man, you're going to make me sit here and start crying. Come on. I can't wait to tell my wife. I can't wait to get out of here to call her up to tell her. She's going to be ecstatic.
Well, hello.
Hi.
Good to see you again. Arnita, you're on the front line out there. And you're in a job that doesn't really make people excited to see you.
Exactly.
You know what? I think you're a special person.
Thank you.
I just want you to know how much I appreciate the work that you do for the public.
Thank you.
I want to do something for you. You told me about your son.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has cerebral palsy?
Yeah.
Well, I have some friends that want to help out.
Okay.
And buy you a van that has a wheelchair ramp in it so that you and your husband can take your son out and not have to pick him up out of the wheelchair to get him into the car. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for your service.
Thank you so much.
All right?
Thank you.
All right. Come here.
I've truly given up on people trying to help me. I stopped asking. And I always thought of the mayor as being one of the people that didn't understand the little people, the working people. And I'm a crybaby. I'm sorry.
I've called together a large group of city employees to tell them exactly what I've been doing over the last week.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the mayor of the great city of Cincinnati, Mark Mallory.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you very much. I want you to know that as the mayor of the city of Cincinnati, I've had the opportunity to go undercover and work alongside some city workers. If we're going to be providing all these services to the citizens of our city, we need to know how to do it best, and we don't always know. I've got some clips that I want to show to you tonight, so let's take a look at them.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
I think your fingers might be too
It's
fat
probably
or
too
something.
big.
Get off your butts, put your pens down, and come see what we got going on. They ain't gonna do it. It's politics, man.
You hungry?
I gotta wash my hands, man. I can't eat nothing after picking up dead animals and stuff.
You had your gloves on?
You know, I decided to do this because sometimes public employees get a bad rap. People say you don't work as hard. They say you're not as committed. They say you don't have as much passion as people in the private sector. I found out firsthand that is not true. And I want you to hear from me right now, right today, that I am extremely proud of the work that the employees of the city of Cincinnati provide on a daily basis. I thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for your work, and keep making me proud. Thank you very much. My parents talked about the importance of public service, the importance of giving back to the community. I found that to be the case in every person that I worked with when I went undercover. People ask me all the time, well, who are your heroes? And for me, it's just my mother and father. They are the folks that really inspire me to do what I do every day. I hope that I'm making my mother and father proud with the work that I'm doing here. I think there are great things in Cincinnati's future. We're in the middle of a rebirth. We are investing in our neighborhoods. People are actually moving into the city of Cincinnati. Our population is increasing for the first time in 50 years. Cincinnati's on the move.